BTB Kicks here, and today we have another restoration, and this one is very special. We have the sneaker of the year, in my opinion. Insert clip of me saying, brick by brick.
I built this shit. Me, brick by brick.
Nigel Sylvester, Bike Air, brick by freaking brick. Sneaker of the year. I actually was fortunate enough to hit on these. This isn't my pair. My pair's still on ice. But we're gonna clean these up. The customer brought these in and they have vomit on them, dried up. So we're gonna see what we can do for these to bring these back from the dead. But these really aren't insanely bad, but I haven't seen anybody else clean any Nigels, so I guess I'll be the first. But we have a great video in store for you all. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into this video. All right, y'all, so we have the shoes. They are decently dirty, nothing too crazy. You know, it should be a walk in the park, honestly. Only thing that concerns me is the fact that there is like throw up on the front, and you know, throw up is acidic, so it might have messed up the suede, but we'll obviously do our best to clean these up for the customer to bring them back to life. We've already had a pair of these come through the shop before. This pair happened to be dirtier, so we wanted to do a video on this pair. So, without further ado, we're gonna clean the right shoe on camera. We're gonna put the left one to the side. So first things first, with any suede shoe, you have to suede erase it. But before we do any of that, we gotta take the laces out. This is a great shoe, by the way. Let me know down below if any of you all hit on the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4, brick by brick. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you have any of his other collabs. Because one other collab that I really wanted was his first Jordan 1 high. That was so nice, but I wasn't able to get it because I was in high school and I didn't have money. But he's gonna drop the low top Jordan 1 now. I need those badly. But now that we have the laces out of them, I'm gonna put shoe trees in them. These, I believe, are a size 12. Yeah, so we're gonna put it to the highest and then put that in. Cool, so we have our crepe suede eraser. If you all want to get crepe products, use code BLA10 to save 10% off. And we're just gonna dive right in. I'm gonna start erasing that material, and hopefully the majority of that gunk and puke comes off.
So in suede erasing, what would you say is your main goal? What are you looking to do when you suede erase?
So when you suede erase, the main goal of that is to basically try to get the suede as clean as possible before you actually clean the shoe with water, because most times suede shoes, depending on, you know, how beat they are, they might not need like much. They might just need a quick kind of like wipe down. And basically the equivalent of like a wipe down with a cloth for a leather shoe is basically the same thing a suede eraser does for a suede shoe. It's just like a way of wiping stuff down without going in too deep or getting it completely, you know, wet. And we're erasing all parts, going behind the flaps. I'm debating if I even want to clean them with water because they came out really good so far. All right, now we just got to brush everything off. And the good thing about this suede is that it's really premium. So I don't know if they can see it on camera, Christian, but yeah, suede is extremely buttery. Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the actual water portion of the clean. Well, since this is like my first time cleaning this shoe, I want to be as delicate and as careful as possible when dealing with it. While I don't think these necessarily need a towel to clean these, I'm gonna use one just in case so no water drips up. But I'm also gonna clean these starting from the bottom and then working my way up to the top. So to make sure no dirt from the bottoms kind of seeps up and kind of gets on any of this up here, I always put 2 towels just to soak up any drip, and then if I notice it gets a little wet, I'll move it to where it's another dry spot so nothing can get up on the top part. So the best way to clean the bottoms before actually cleaning them is to use the handy dandy steamer. All this stuff you see on the bottom is literally going to melt off. And this is just steam, like water and steam. That's literally it. And like I said before, it soaks up all that water. Now I just move it. Nothing really got on the uppers at all. Let's move it to a different part of the towel that's dry. Now we're gonna switch over and actually start cleaning. And I will use the Cure by Crep basically to clean these up. One of the best sneaker cleaners on the market. Like I said before, code BLA10 for 10% off. Excellent, has a great fragrance, and it's very affordable, and it lasts a while. We're gonna use our stiff bristle brush, dip that in the water solution, give that a quick scrub. Some of the dirt might splash a little bit just from my my brush, but it's no big deal since we are cleaning the uppers as well, but it will be minimized. So boom, flip this over since this is kind of wet. And then we will also be using the mechanical to basically clean these up with the stiff bristle brush attachment. All right, now what we're gonna do, got some fresh towels as well, wipe that down and then steam it.
You wanna make sure the towel isn't wet when flipping the shoe upside down, so that way the back of the shoe does not get wet.
Yup. And yeah, because the towel was dry, I was able to flip it and put it on his back, and it didn't get wet like all on here and like oversaturate it and get it wet and stuff like that, so which is perfect. And now we're just gonna move on to cleaning the uppers using the soft bristle brush and a light, very, very light amount of water. So dip the soft bristle brush in there. So now we're just gonna scrub the uppers, try to get some of that water off to where by the time you reach the suede, it becomes just like sudsy and not as much water. But scrubbing very lightly, not doing anything too crazy at all, because you don't want to go too hard on suede. And we're just gonna pat it dry, wipe the midsole a little bit, pat that. Now we're just gonna go back in, dip it back in the solution, let it run off. Let's get a 1, let's get a 2, let's get a 3, maybe a 4, and then we're good. Gonna continue along the shoe, hitting the suede all around. You wanna make sure you hit all of the suede and don't miss any spots, so that way the shoe is evenly hit with this water and solution, so there's not any parts that are like uneven, stuff like that. Now we're gonna dab everything off. And then we're gonna move to the tongue. So I dipped it in a little bit more as well. Hit the tongue here. All right, now we're gonna, all right, and then there's like suds caught in these. So what I'm gonna do is actually steam it. Since it's like a 3M backing, it'll all just come out. I could hit these cages a bit more, so let me hit those. Wipe it down. And last but not least, we just gotta hit the sock liner and we're good. So we just gotta hit this part and then in this ring, it's doing the same thing. Soft bristle brush, nothing too crazy. Like I said before, these really weren't even that dirty. He just went out in them and he had a little mistake, but we'll make it all right for him. And we're good, that's clean. Now we just put the towel in there. You can see some of the color is coming off a little bit, which is fine. It's normal when you're cleaning suede, but shoot, if you clean them the wrong way, this whole towel would have been a whole different color. But that's the reason why I show you all how to clean it this way, using as little water as possible so you can preserve that color in your shoes and don't bleed out that color. We're pretty much good to go. So I'm just gonna put these in our icebox room to dry, and then I'll get back to you all when we have to renap this suede. All right, y'all, so now we are back. The shoes are dry, and it looks like the stains are pretty much gone out of these. Last thing we have to do is just renap the suede, mink it up with mink oil, and then basically massage the mink oil into this material to get these back to factory, more or less. So we're just gonna take this crep eraser one more time and renap the shoes just to get the suede moving again to the touch. And I will go back and touch up these nets because the net likes to grab onto like these fibers. So I'll do that with like a wet towel. And then actually what I can do to speed this up is you can actually grab a medium bristle brush to kind of like renap like the suede a little bit faster. These bristles will basically renap it quicker than actually doing the eraser. This is honestly faster, but I just do the eraser just to make sure all the stuff is gone. But we hit all those areas for the most part, like in the front that had some stuff. But basically all we're doing is rubbing this medium bristle brush along the material to basically get it to stand back up. It roughens it up because when you get suede wet, it re-hardens after it dries. All right, and we're pretty much good to go to hit this with our mink. We're gonna be using Angelus's mink oil to renap these, or to add the conditioner and volume back into the suede. And we're gonna be using a horsehair bristle brush to massage all that in. So we're just gonna shake this up a little bit, spray it, give it a good amount all over. Make sure to get behind the tabs as well. And then we're gonna take, behind here. Then we're gonna take our horsehair brush and massage all this in. We're pretty much done. So after massaging all this in, the shoe looks a lot better, like a lot better. Like you can even see, like the suede is moving insanely crazy. Like this is, it's moving. It's just a lot. Then on the toe, you can see especially. So if I go forward, it's all moving to the touch. Suede is crazy. Now, pretty much the last thing we have to do to this shoe is put the laces back in and we'll be ready to go. Alright y'all, that's pretty much a wrap on this video. We cleaned the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4 brick by brick sneaker of the year, in my opinion, and it wasn't so bad, honestly. Let me know how you all think I did in the comments down below. I think I did pretty darn good. You really can't tell that these were even thrown up on to begin with. But without further ado, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.